Our last definition of the last term that we're going to go over is allusion. So go ahead and skip a line and write this definition. An allusion in English or in literary devices is a reference to a literary or historical person, place, event, or to some other literary work or passage. This is different than an illusion with an I. An illusion with an I is like a magic trick, but an allusion with an A is a reference, and it's a literary device that authors often use. Some of the most common allusions are things like biblical allusions. So if I were to say, I wouldn't be surprised if this rainstorm lasted 40 days and 40 nights. It's a reference to the book of Genesis, a biblical book, and more specifically, the story of Noah and the Great Flood. Another type of allusion is pop culture allusions. So, for example, my dog ate my homework, said my student who hadn't turned in his 12th homework assignment. I was surprised that his nose didn't start growing. Okay, this is a reference to Pinocchio and the puppet whose nose grew every time he lied. Film allusions are also very popular. On my first day of school, I thought, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. This is a reference to The Wizard of Oz and Dorothy. Historical allusions are also very popular. So something like, that kid is the smartest in class. He's a real Einstein. It's a reference to Albert Einstein. Now, allusions have a very specific function. Allusions allow writers to communicate these complex ideas and emotions in much more relatable ways. The readers can comprehend these complex ideas and emotions made by comparisons to the writer. So I don't have to say, oh, it looks like it's going to rain so much that the whole rest of the world washes away. I can just make a reference to 40 days and 40 nights, and in a much more simple way, convey these complex or greater emotions. The last thing I want you to do before we end our notes today is think about this question at the bottom of the slide. Which rhetorical device does allusion most likely help to create? Remember, you're going to need to turn in these notes next class, so please place them in your binder, and I'll see you in class. Bye.